Good. This this isn't going to be playable if it keeps happening.
Entered space station.
What is going on with this? I end up constantly reconnecting, just looking at their adverts for a game that I don't particularly want to play if I have to continuously reconnect to it. No, that's not your usual group. I'll go with that. They make an effective team. They're all about the work, though. Right. And if you like your gambly box opening mechanics, we've got them here in Second Galaxy. Very shiny. Oh man, I definitely did not do it. I wondered this morning if I'd done I didn't do an overnight queue properly. I just had my normal queue, and then I obviously just ended up playing Eve and forgot to load up my overnight box queue. That is a shame. There's a lot of wasted time decrypting boxes. Yeah, I've got a couple of ship cases I should have had opening. Oh well, it's only a game. Yeah. I don't like, now I've only got large purples. I should have had the queue mostly full of those. And possibly having these ship cases in as well, but those are going to be tier 1 blueprints, so not majorly worth it. Oh well, let's open some blue weapon crates. We'll do a wormhole in a minute anyway. Right. Have I got enough? Should have enough to queue up some more stuff. That's ship production. Right. So have I not done my... Yeah, claim benefits. I've spent most of the money. Okay, so we're at the point where my research, you need materials for your unlocking research tree. This is basically your skill training in Second Galaxy. So you got like frigate, destroyer, cruiser, battle cruiser, battleship, capital ship in each of the 4 nations. have a fleet doctrine fit, but I'm not going to be able to afford that today to get to the next level. In that, yeah, that's not priority, right? Priority needs to be like energy and shield projection, probably. Energy projection. I've got that up top. T2R2. I've only got 2 million. I'm not going to be able to. It automatically selects the other guy because he's a master level recruit. So even though he's set up as my wingman, his base stats make him overall better. But this girl who's set up for research, all of her stuff is purely in material saving because I'm not running any time saving. So since I'm kind of short on everything, I'm just going to spend up what I've got. So about 500k on each. Can't go much over. So awkward to get those precise amounts. It gets easier as you spend more because the bar doesn't slide as far because you haven't got as much money. Try that for now, save a bit of change. In case we get really... Okay, we got enough to do energy projection T2. And we will get more corp points, which was the money that we were just spending on minerals, at 5 o'clock anyway, which is like 5 hours away, and we've got 14 hours of queue, so we might have a couple of empties, but you know, we're fine. We'll be able to fill it before we run out of stuff that we're researching. Okay, so sale notification, and they always give you like some credits and free ore when they do an update. Sorry for inconvenient. Ooh, whoa, well, whatever. I'm assuming that's like auto claim, yeah. So the read all, didn't really mean to read all, but right, that works. Just give you just a total of what you sold overnight. Might start doing that in future instead of claiming them one at a time. But I do try and, I didn't mean to click read all. I do try and actually read them. So let's see, what have we got to do today? We have all our wormholes. Apparently we've already done some stuff. You might get galactic points just for logging in or something, because those tend to... So I want wormhole and reputation. I can do my reputation quests, but are we on the next day of badge challenge yet, or is that... I think that's soon. Yeah, 5 hours. So if we do our reputation quests after 5 o'clock, or today, then they will count towards next week's complete 4 reputation quests, which is why I'm not going to go do reputation. Because I like to get all my 20 weekly reputation quests done in a day, so that I don't have to keep worrying about going back to the rep center to talk to the agent. Even though they're available, I'm not going to do them now, because blah. So, I'll go do my wormhole. No, I don't want the unstable ones in this system for level 25, so I'm a level 40. Not that level has very much relevant. You know, it's a good guide as to how much time you've been researching for. Assuming you've been keeping up with your research, it should be fine as a guide. Assuming you've been speccing into some form of fighting, which it's mostly fighting in this. There's not as much other things. Okay. Right, wingman. Does that thermal shield really make much difference? Go on. 87, 75, 55. I'm pretty sure I was doing just as well on the other config. Yeah, I think that's a better base, because you get the diminishing returns the higher your resistances get. And that extra 6% thermal, lasers aren't massively common. I am going to take the pretty much never gets used runaway option, just in case, because I don't want a PvP at the moment. I will want to eventually. Let's go.
Commencing warp.
The fact that you have a hangar that you can have like 10 fitted out ships in, and like how's you select them when you undock, and if your mission is for a specific ship type, then you can't mess up and go in the wrong ship type and not be able to do it properly by not being able to hit the frigates in your battleship or something. It makes you select the right ship type. Shows you only the ones that are appropriate. It'll let you choose the wrong tier level. Like if you were doing a mission against tier 3 enemies, it could be risky going into a wormhole with an unstable connection today. I have been killed while disconnected before. And it's also like a loss of the wormhole if you disconnect from the wormhole, because it's like an instance dungeon
at target location
that you and some other people might be in. Definitely less people floating around.
Target engaged.
I am like in Corp 0 sector space, and my Corp is mostly American, so probably what, early morning for them or something now. One buff side.
Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location. Approaching target. Auto combat activated.
Roger.
I like that pretty much all ships have
Target
built-in
engaged.
thrusters. You can fit special ones. Huh. Yeah, I forgot.
Auto
whoops.
combat deactivated.
Oh, yeah,
Target
okay.
locked on.
Reactivate. Very much a numbnuts this morning. Thought they were taking a while. Why am I not shooting? Are they not in range? My wingman was doing it all. Play like a noob.
Auto combat starting warp engine. Commencing warp.
Let's see. I will summon
Target engaged.
one item. 2, 5, 10, 17, 26. I do know that one. I worked on the sequence for that one before. Right, so we now have all the buffs that we really need. And yeah, I'm just going to hop straight into chaotic.
Starting warp engine.
Haven't seen anybody in here so far. Doesn't mean I won't see anybody in there.
Roger.
Bring my wingman out now, and he will
Arrived
follow me
at
around the rest
target
of the solar
location.
system until I go through the portal, which just means I don't have to
Auto
call him,
combat activated.
because he'll turn up in a minute. I don't have to wait for him to get into range anymore.
Target lock on. Target lock on.
The ship flight just looks righter in SG. In Eve Echoes,
Approaching target.
you get a lot of like marionetting. The ship curves and the paths follow it.
Target
It looks like it's
engaged.
flying in an atmosphere in SG. In Eve Echoes, you get a lot of like the ship's moving, but not relevant to the direction it's pointing and stuff. When it changes directions, it tends to just start moving the ship in that direction and also start rotating the ship's model in that general direction. But they don't happen in sync with each other.
Starting warp engine.
It doesn't make any difference to playability, but
Commencing warp.
that's kind of funny.
Arrived at target
But then
location.
you're frequently so zoomed out in your echoes that it doesn't make as much difference. Sure, I'll take your velocity bonus.
Target engaged.
Yeah, I thought that was going to happen. Bring you in.
Roger.
Auto combat activated. Target locked on. Approaching target. Approaching target.
Not to kind of something which I'm putting money towards, and if I just get kicked out of it and can't resume it, you don't log back in your wormhole. You log back in a random space outside your wormhole in the solar system. You get this and you know it's going to happen eventually. That's nice. When you're not in combat, you get this lovely cinematic, takes the UI away and just starts slowly rotating around your ship. It does look good. And look at that. Look at these SG ships. They are pretty, aren't they? I think they've got like more details and colour and lighting. They're more visible. The lighting is probably less realistic for space. There's like a lot more ambient lighting than there should be in space, but I like the fact that it means you can see the ship. So Eve, probably more realistic, but you know, I like being able to see the ship. Well, I mean, we barely got into chaotic space. We didn't even get one event done. We only got one buff event done in chaotic space. So that was a complete waste of time. That is the sort of thing that will factor into which game I play. Because this hasn't happened to me yet at all in Eve. It's like you can close the app and put it away in your pocket, and it does offline autopiloting. Like your little toast notification pops up and goes, "You've arrived at your destination." You can like put it in your pocket and take it with you on a walk because it's minimized and put away in the background. It's not running battery power down. And yeah, very nice. Just like do deliveries where you go for a walk or something. It's like every couple of minutes you get your, every 10-15 minutes depending on how far the jumps are. Or less if you don't do many jumps, but you know, well, the whole point of doing that is to clear out the ones that are further away. Pop your phone out, pick up the item, get the autopilot going to the next thing, put the phone back away in your pocket. Very compatible for that sort of thing. Here I am in a random spot in space, but I am 400 ammo down. And I wasn't bringing spare ammo. I clicked the wrong button. It's because I'm trying to be really careful, because like getting close to that camera button.
Starting
So
warp
I've
engine.
got to dock back up just to refresh my ammo.
Commencing
And
warp.
I got practically nothing from that.
Arrived at target location.
See, these enemies that I'm fighting are pretty high rank. I got a gold ammo box. Now that's nice, and 2 purple ammo boxes, and a big blue ammo box. You tend to get the ammo boxes from the buff events. It's like, you know, there wasn't really any fighting, that they give you something. Okay, so it's nice to see that I can get gold boxes and critical wormholes.
Arrived at target location.
But very frustrating to have to start again without really getting anything done. I like the combat in SG. I want to do the combat. Gotta get through all those bloody buffs and hope that the client doesn't frickin' crash. And then hopefully you can get some blowing combat in before you have to go and just like watch stuff kill each other on Eve. And here you feel like you're in the fight. In Eve you feel like you're just like waiting for the things to pop and maybe drop some loot.
Entered space
But
station.
it's satisfying and relaxing. And this is fun, but when I get days like this and it's just constantly disconnecting, then frustrating. And the way the go button will pretty much just navigate you to the closest wormhole you could possibly go into, ignoring your, like, yeah. I would rather it just pop up the map and let you pick it in the first place.
Commencing warp.
But the loot from, like, I could do the level 25 wormhole, no problem. Might even be able to PvP in it. Now, there could be other high level people in there as well, but since I don't want to, like, kill lower level players, I want to kill same level players at the moment. I want to get some, like, high tier gear, because there's a lot more high level players than me. Yeah.
target location.
Oh, people have been playing like 9 months longer than me since launch and stuff, so I don't really fancy. I don't enjoy PvP when I haven't got a chance. So it's like just getting your shit blown up for giggles. It's not a giggle in my opinion.
Target engaged.
Start again.
Starting warp. Commencing warp. At target location.
Frustrating. Would be a fantastic buff if I used shield regeneration.
Approaching
modules.
target.
But as far as I can tell, this one doesn't even affect your shield recharges. So basically, you've got your standard ships, like you regain 6 shield per second. This gives you a 200% bonus. So instead of regaining 6 shield per second, you'll gain 18 shield per second.
Auto combat activated.
Wow, 200% bonus. But considering like the shield recharger will recharge, I don't know, is it hundreds of shield per second? Something like that. It's still basically like this buff is like, doesn't really make any noticeable difference, but since shield regen things increase your passive shield regen, it should make them like massively overpowered.
Auto combat starting warp engine. Commencing
But they're
warp.
special. You have to
Arrived at
do
target
corporation
location.
special ops missions to get that, or you can buy it off the market, but I'm not sure if I've got training for it. Oh.
Auto combat activated.
I just want to sit there and stare at me.
Target locked on. Approaching target. Target engaged. Starting warp engine. Commencing
See a
warp.
couple of left sides straight away.
At target location.
Damage in a range. Oh, and I get the shield one that I've already got.
Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
Okay. The Rampage variant of the 8%
Approaching
buff.
target.
Roger.
You do 8% more damage and you take 8% less damage. Nice combo.
Auto combat activated. Approaching target. Approaching target. Auto combat starting warp engine. Commencing warp.
It does irk me the way that you go over here
Arrived
and
at target location.
like the delay on the refresh, on how long the refresh takes to show you
Auto
new
combat
positions
activated.
is like about the same time
Target locked
as it
on.
is to actually like click on one. Oh, I shouldn't have activated that yet. I'm so used to running with the range buff.
Target locked on. Target locked on. Approaching target. Approaching target. Target engaged.
No buff. I don't want anything else in regulated space
Starting
anymore.
warp
We've
engine.
got enough backlog of like blue boxes to last us a
Commencing
while, so
warp. Arrived at
there's
target
no real point
location.
in collecting more of them.
Auto combat activated.
Roger.
Approaching target. Approaching target. Target engaged.
It auto loots items off the enemies in this, which is kind of nice. Just get it when you kill it. It does make more sense to have to go to the wreck and collect it, which I'm fine with.
Starting
Of
warp
course,
engine.
all your items that
Commencing
are really
warp.
any good in this are
Arrived at target location.
obtained from like the boxes that you get for doing wormhole events in general. You decrypt those boxes and they all have blueprints in
Approaching
them,
target.
and then you take your low-level blueprints and you develop them into high-level blueprints. There's a bit of random generation because you can pick a lot about like what sort of thing you want, like small blaster, but you can't pick whether you want sniper or combat. 5922, got it. 259, got it. So 592. Right, so we've got the range buff. Let's just get straight into
Starting
chaos.
warp engine.
Range,
Commencing
basic damage,
warp.
shield recovery.
Arrived
That's
at target
enough.
location.
Got plenty of time to hunt for more, but
Auto combat
I can't even be
activated.
bothered and I might not get any. This wasn't my second go at collecting buffs. I might go for another zone. I have plenty of time left.
Target locked on. Approaching target.
I like the fact that I can tell it to approach something else and it will keep attacking what I'm attacking, and it won't start auto orbiting again.
Target engaged.
You see me playing Eve, heading for a frigate wreck. I like using the auto orbit feature because you can set it to do it for optimal range. The alternative to that is knowing the range of your weapons, tapping the enemy, holding orbit, and then trying to slide it accurately to the range that you want to orbit them at every time. And then when they die, we don't need to look for buffs so much.
Starting warp engine.
Good to see if you've got any buffs or
Commencing
points of
warp.
interest.
Arrived at target location.
You don't necessarily want to go to them straight away. Here's a nice one.
Target lock. Auto combat
Because they can
activated.
get this
Roger.
on your So I got all my bonuses with them. Distortion effect 1. Environmental influence of the wormhole is not yet strong enough. But when it gets to 2, it starts affecting your energy recovery rate. It makes it harder to sustain all your equipment. That's why I bring an energy recharger. They could be running. For the shield recharge, my lovely wingman. And that T3 frigate wingman with shield charge and energy charge, although he hardly ever uses that, is why I run wormholes in a frigate. Logistics officer. There we go, bonus resistances, harder to kill. My super device is, if I use the super device, it will instantly recharge. Oh, blimey. Oh, the tin hat interceptors do energy drain. I should have got that one first. Never mind. Never mind. I think we'll survive, probably. Maybe our wingman will give it 80% damage when I'm about to run out of power and not be able to shoot my guns is not so useful. Well, the energy nullifier dude is dead now, but we're out of energy, so that's a pain. The interceptors and a lot of types, I forgot the tin hat ones. Technician's fine, logistic officer does shield recharge. Haven't really got enough energy, in my opinion, to run. Now I have. Now I can run my crit out. But I know that my resist is just so high that I can definitely outlast them. Yeah, getting energy drained completely is not a good. Not good. Just leave it at that. Yeah. I'm not, I might be able to do a critical wormhole, but it's not nearly as quick as the alarming wormholes I was doing, where it's starting to just get to the point of melting those enemies. I prefer a little bit of a challenge, even if it is mostly like a energy management challenge.
Autocom starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
I should have fired my special before I moved on. Oh, this takes too long.
Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
Well, if I move on, it'll go anywhere. I've got some distortion effect.
Approaching target.
This one generally lowers, gives you more wormhole time.
Approaching target.
I think you get a reward as well.
Target engaged. Target engaged. Orbiting target. Target engaged.
Okay.
Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
Yes, this is one, the one I was at before.
Approaching target. Auto combat activated.
Which I am not yet ready to do the long version and try and fight them all. At the last level, they still occasionally killed my wingman if they all got on him. just say, I'm on your side, and then just fight one lot of them.
Target locked on.
Taking some damage, but not really shields yet.
Target locked on.
You can kill both sides, get 3 rewards. Kill one, just get one from one of them. But
Auto combat D starting warp engine. Commencing
would have been
warp.
a good time to test it maybe, but it's taking so long to kill that I
Arrived at
don't
target
think it would
location.
work well. You need to be killing them fairly quick to do that event. Well, by fighting
Target
them both
locked
anyway.
on.
You can get a quick box out of it
Auto combat activated.
if you're not up to fighting all of them. When I do it, I run my devices before the fight so that that helps recharge up my super device quicker. And that makes a huge difference. If I have my super device, then I'm very heavily damage resistant, because it gives me like an extra 30% resist to each one, which doesn't work out as actually 30%. Like on the EM that's already really high, that doesn't even take me to the full 95. So like 33% bonus. Well, we'll get it in a minute. So you can see we're at 87, 75, 66. And when this is charged, we will get 33%. Oh no, that doesn't show the tactical component. But the tactical component is now ready, so we can do it in a minute. We can use auto combat on these. And our resists are now 91, so we've got 2%. The others have gone up more. But if we look at the actual bonus that we're getting the effect from, then it's Fort Shield, all resistances plus 36.5%. So when it's up into the 90s, that 36.5% translates as 2%.
Approaching target.
And in the next patch, they are removing
Target engaged.
the speed reduction that you get while it's active. Which will be nice. Although it'll still give you a speed boost when you activate it. Like the Vortex in the Battleship line has a similar thing. It gets 18% shield resist bonuses or something while its super device is charged, and then using the super device grants a temporary shield based on your energy, but that doesn't have a downside of like lowering your speed. You definitely wouldn't want to do to a battleship anyway, really, if you could avoid it. Alright, so on to the next zone.
Auto starting commencing.
Went better than the last one. Oh, the last one went terribly because we got a time reduction. We're only on distortion effect 2.
Auto combat activated. Target locked on. Target locked on. Approaching target.
My wingman loves doing that. He sets off his 80% damage bonus just as you like kill the last enemy.
Target engaged.
It's not so useful. It's great when he uses it like at the start of a fight. which he doesn't tend to do. But it, if it's going to be a longer fight, if you've got more than 3 enemies, it often works out alright. Alright, we've already got some distortion effects, so we
Starting
can head
warp
straight
engine.
to this clue site, which has a relatively high chance of reducing our
Commencing warp.
wormhole distortion effect.
Arrived at target location.
Yes, I think this one does reduce our distortion effect. Also gives us Sun Warrior damage
Approaching
bonus,
target.
which is lovely. But we don't stay and finish it.
Roger.
Investigate the wreckage. And it starts the computer off. And then
Target
these
engaged.
things around us start
Auto
activating.
combat at target.
Well, that's quite a lot of them at once, actually. Normally they're a bit slower on the activations. You've only got to stick around a little while. There we go, we got the stuff, we can get out.
Commencing warp.
Sun Warrior damage
Arrive
plus
at target
15%,
location.
which is nice. This one, there's an identical setup that has
Target
3
engaged.
possible actual events, 2 of which are basically the same event. Eudaloy or artificial intelligence might head towards this asteroid for eliminate Sahakyo. My wingman is not actually in very good condition
Target
at
locked
all.
on.
Auto
I think
combat
I'll send him
activated.
away. He'll come back nice and fresh. I'm pretty sure I can burn this guy down without him. I do need him for shield recharge, but he can do very well at that. It doesn't tend to do it when you're only a little dented. But this is one of the ones where once you kill the main guy, the others just walk away. So, should be okay for it.
Primary weapon ready.
Taking a lot longer to kill him at critical wormhole level. At least I'm hardly taking any damage anymore. I actually should be able to manage it. Let's bring him in, come on. Give me some shield recharge, please, buddy. Oh,
Ship is severely
ouchie.
hull breach.
Oh my god, no!
Loaded.
Oh, gutted. But that does make this a very unproductive wormhole day so far. Kicked out of the first one, actually died in the second one. If I'd had my wingman, I would have been
Entered
fine.
space station.
But I went and risked it. And all that loot is gone. All that beautiful ship would be gone as well if I didn't have restoration contracts. But I don't mind dying in the PvE. I didn't think I was going to there, but never mind. I did. So you get 2 free restorations a day, which has been a while since I had to use them. With the adventure plan. You do otherwise get restoration contracts as part of the storyline missions, and I know I've picked 1 or 2. I think you might get them as like logger and rewards and stuff occasionally. That is a shame. I have my first lots of gold boxes. I got 1 ammo one through from the previous there, didn't I? Ultra ammo case. See, the problem is when you get a couple of things like that, like a disconnection run, a duff run. I'm not so eager to go back now. I mean, I'm going to, but it's just like kind of kills the mood. Well, let's try it. Hopefully we will get at least. Oh, it's cold tea. Yeah, no, I don't want it. I don't want it. I'm not going to drink my cold tea. I have my backup tea right behind it anyway, so. Thermal mug. my morning technique. Make a normal cup of tea to drink straight up, like soon, and then another one for an hour later. The wormhole should still be there. But it's not. They do move. It's kind of annoying when they do. Why is it always the way? Just like, right, I will have one more. Okay, we've still got a critical wormhole 2 jumps away. Maybe I should just do an alarming. Except there aren't any alarming ones for miles. That's the nearest alarming 13 jumps away, is it? Oh no, there is one up here, only 3 jumps away. Oh, I really want to get some gold loot from a critical. I have got enough blue boxes to keep me going, and I'm only going to get mostly blue boxes from an alarming wormhole anyway, with a few purples. I would rather get mostly purples with a few golds at this point. I don't need any more blues. Oh god, what? I'm really out of that ammo so soon. No, I'm nowhere near out of that ammo. Why did it not? Normally, if you've got more, just tops it up for you. Right, anyway. Wingman didn't get shot down, did he? No. Good. If at first you don't succeed.
Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
Well, it's all good experience. Lets me know just how reliant I am on my wingman. I knew I was reliant on him. Biggest problem I've got is that abandoned station. If you get the serial code wrong, it takes all your shields. Your wingman doesn't appear to count that as combat, and so it's like he recharges your shields so long as they're down a bit when you're taking damage. So if you don't have your own shield recharge capabilities, because I'm running a shield powered relay, so even my built-in recharger, that just it's 38% less effective than normal.
At target location.
And it's not very effective anyway, the built-in one. So it's very useless. It would take you a long time to regen all your shields with that.
Target engaged.
And your wingman will not regen your shields just because you don't have any. He'll only do it if someone's hitting you, so yeah. I had to abandon the previous wormhole because to go try and do some combat to get him to recharge my shields, and he didn't do it quick enough, so lost half my hull. And here we go again.
Starting warp engine.
This does get...
Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
I don't normally do 3 wormhole rolls, 3 wormhole runs in a row. It does get a bit repetitive. Hopefully they will add some more stuff at some point.
Auto combat activated.
It's a bit samey, yeah. You do have this option of clicking the button in between. Getting a nice UI free view. What? Why are you not?
Target locked on.
Stupid thing. It seems relatively specific to this event actually. When you're fighting Marsden, it doesn't start auto-orbiting him very effectively.
Approaching target. Approaching target.
But there I'm getting a shield recharge. Very nice. Very handy. And of course, because I ended up 12 kilometers away because I was just going in a straight line, not orbiting.
Primary weapon ready.
Oh well.
Autocom starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
This can give some nice bonuses.
Target engaged.
15% damage, 25%
Starting
velocity.
warp engine.
Reduce
Commencing.
your wormhole.
Arrived at target location.
Aggravation level.
Target engaged.
Oop. Or it can be utterly useless
Target
and
engaged.
just be enemies, but can't get 2 buffs out of it. Which one did I
Starting
get there?
warp engine. Commencing.
Oh, energy
arrived
recharge
at
plus
target
60%. That is
location.
quite worth it. We
Starting
don't.
warp engine.
If this isn't a buff, the last one's always an enemy. You don't get anything in particular for killing the enemy, so.
Arrived at target location. Auto combat activated. Target locked on. Approaching target. Target engaged. Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
Looks like about the same config as last time. There's one that needs some twiddling around with. before
Target
it's gonna work.
engaged. Target engaged. Target engaged. Target engaged. Target engaged. Target engaged.
Roger.
Starting warp engine.
I gives you volume factor reduction, which is
Commencing warp.
not particularly part of my build, but
Arrived at target
makes you a bit harder
location.
to hit. Ha ha ha. And hopefully I get this one right.
Approaching target. Target engaged.
The questions and answers are the same a lot of the time. Okay, this one is fine. This is the one which is like pick the number sequence that it's not already told you. The ones that are actual like mathematical challenges.
Starting warp engine.
Increase by 3, increase by 5, increase by 7, increase by 9, etc. That one's fine.
Arrived at target
Some of them
location.
I don't recognize the pattern though.
Auto combat activated.
But we got it. We got our 12-kilometer range, so a lot more stuff instantly shootable. Instead of having 5.8 kilometer range, we have 19.6. maximum range plus 12 kilometer. Very nice. When you're running, it might not make, wouldn't make a lot of difference using if you were using sniper weapons or something in here.
Approaching target.
It's not like if you run tactical blasters, then it's not essential.
Approaching target. Target engaged.
Give you a massive range on your small tacticals. What have we got? We haven't got a damage bonus yet, so and there's no buffs in this zone. That's interesting. How do I have two ways to go to regulated space? Strike rate to regulated space B123 because we're in A124, so B124 should be next. But I appear to be able to transfer between wormholes.
Arrived at target location. Approaching target. Target engaged.
I'm not sure if that's a glitch or what. There shouldn't be two transfers to regulated space in a zone, as far as I'm aware.
Starting warp engine.
Give me a damage buff and I'll be happy
Commencing
to go
warp.
chaotic.
Arrived at target location.
Nope, range buff again.
Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
Shield buff again.
Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
It's very unusual. I came from A124.
Target engaged. Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
This is why it's
Starting
not
warp
always worth
engine.
doing too much buff hunting.
Commencing warp.
It can get a little time consuming once you've got several.
Arrived at target location.
Okay, well this might give me damage. Might give me nothing but enemies, but...
Target engaged. Starting warp engine.
So it's only if there's an enemy at the
Arrived
first
target
port
location.
that it's a problem, because if there's an enemy at the second, then you know you're not getting more buffs, so you can
Target
just leave.
engaged.
If Bebop's there at the first jump... Oh, attack up.
Target
Awesome. So that's
engaged.
15% damage. Just what we needed.
Starting warp engine.
We
Commencing
could still
warp.
potentially get the
Arrived
velocity
target
buff from here,
location.
but now it's red tail. So anyway, we're just going to go straight to chaotic space now.
Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location. Auto combat activated.
Nice to see all the shields working there.
Target locked on. Target locked on. Approaching target. Target engaged.
The annoying thing is, like, one thing they should change in this game is that they should make the loot appropriate to the enemies that you're killing, because you always get grey or green, tier 1, rank 1, or tier 1, rank 2 items which are bound to your account. But I'm fighting mid-end tier 2 enemies, so they should not have
Starting
that
warp
low level
engine.
an item equipped.
Commencing warp.
And I've seen, like, the Enoch Deacon,
Arrived at target location.
he gives damage link 3, so he's using a tier 3 item against me, but if I kill him, he will not drop anything other than a tier 1, rank
Approaching
1
target.
or rank 2 basic piece of
Approaching
crud, which
target.
is worth nothing but like 1,000 credits on the marketplace, because I am not going to be equipping that to a tier 2 ship.
Target engaged.
You know, that you're using that level of equipment for like the first day or two of playing this game, but you're playing like 2 months in, and that is still the only loot that anybody drops.
Target engaged.
It's ridiculous. You get your prize rewards, which have your encrypted caches, which get your blueprints, which those are useful, and that's a fine mechanic. But if they just gave you level relevant account bound
Target
stuff
engaged.
as your loot rewards, it would occasionally come in useful. You couldn't sell it on the market to make like silly money or anything. It wouldn't interrupt the
Starting warp
economy. It would
engine.
just like occasionally you'd get a nice
Commencing warp.
account bound item that you could actually use. I mean, there's
Arrived at
absolutely
target
nothing. You can't
location.
reprocess it into ore minerals. Only thing you can do is sell your account bound stuff to the mall, and it's just not an awful lot of use. I
Target
suppose it's
engaged.
slightly more useful now, potentially, now that they've made mall items capable of being bought up to tier 1 or 4, so that you can have sort of tier 1. Well, I should have been heading to the asteroid. Never mind.
Approaching target. Target locked on. Auto combat activated.
Let's see how this one goes with my wingman. Hopefully, not as badly as last time. I have a few more buffs as well now. I got better bonus damage, like 15% instead of 8, although I'll be taking more damage, but I have a shield charger with me this time. Or a wingman with a shield projector anyway. Spirit, use the thrusters. I'm getting my shield charged up. Ahaha, makes all the difference.
Primary weapon ready.
Sort of popped it in. Myself a little bit of shield and speed boost on the way back to the base.
Approaching target.
Get there nice and quick.
Target engaged.
Awesome. Perfectly good condition.
Auto combat starting warp
See,
engine.
it normally goes so smoothly like that that I thought I'd be able to take it even without
Arrived
my
at
wingman,
target
but
location.
nope. Okay. Tin Hap interceptors run energy.
Target
Remember
locked.
that.
Auto combat
Happened last time.
activated.
So start my energy recharge early. Yep. Yeah, so he does. So it's the adaptive res disruptor that we ran this time, which is not so big a problem as the email.
Approaching target. Approaching target. Target engaged. Target locked. Primary weapon ready. Target engaged.
Ooh. Somebody else in here with me. That gets dangerous. Oh, and there's a nice little celebratory. Have some 80% damage now that there's no enemies. It's just like my own little portable firework.
Target engaged.
Alright, well let's head to this site now that we've got some distortion effect. Now you said auto combat deactivated, so I assume you are actually going to warp. Or is this going to be how I died last time, where in actual fact, I think I'm flying in a straight line trying to warp somewhere. Okay. No, it just deactivated auto combat.
Commencing warp.
Fine.
Arrived at target
Last
location.
time I got a situation where I tried to warp like that and it wasn't going anywhere. I disconnected and logged back in dead. Because now that I'm in chaotic space, in which PvP is allowed, there's no PvP in regulated space that we went through getting all those buffs in. So it's dangerous being in here with somebody else. Now that the system count in this wormhole has gone up to 2, there's a chance, it's not guaranteed, but there's a chance of sharing events with the other people. I'll wait a little while for this because you do get items from it. But once it's gone through, well, I could have started the warp a bit earlier, because as long as you don't start it too early, then you'll get them while you're in warp or something like that. Anyway, ready to run in case the enemy's here. You get 10 seconds of warp protection when you land, so you can turn around and go somewhere else. Oh, this is the 25% speed bonus. Enemy's not here. High chance. They haven't got this event. I'm nearly ready to move on. They've just come in. So hopefully I'll just be able to do it and then get into the next zone. Someone's attacking one of my dispatch squads. Oh well. I'd have to leave the wormhole. And they'd probably only kill me anyway, so... Getting my dispatches raided is just something I have to deal with. Die, spy, die! Alright, 25% speed boost. Won't really help me an awful lot.
Starting warp engine. Commencing warp.
Get me to loot boxes quicker.
Arrived at target location.
Oh. And they left. Cool, I'm all alone again, don't have to worry.
Target engaged.
They didn't go through here though, but somebody's been through here. The enemies are already dead. But they left the wormhole, they didn't leave it for more chaotic space. I didn't go through to the next zone, they went to the exit. Interesting. Distortion at 3. No.
Starting warp
I'm
engine.
going to do this in case it lowers the level.
Arrived at target location.
Could end up being a nice long run, this one, if I keep getting wormhole levels lowered. I think this is the 15% damage bonus that stacks, but now I get to find out for sure, because I've already got red-eye drugs, which give 15% damage bonus. So we'll see if I have both red-eye drugs and Sun Warrior, or if the fact that it's 15% makes it useless.
Target engaged.
Not useless, because this one should reduce my wormhole aggravation level as well.
Auto combat.
Maybe none of them are going to aggro on this one. Right, we've got the stuff, so let's go away.
Auto combat starting warp engine.
There's no real point in fighting all these things because you don't get any decent loot from them or anything. You might get some corp intel points, which are good, but you'll get them from doing all these other things too.
Target locked on.
You'll get loot boxes as well if you do these, so kind of better to spend your time on the thing that gets you the corp points and the loot instead of just the corp points. If you were to just do purely events that only gave you corp points, you would probably eventually run out of money and not be able to buy any ammo.
Target locked on. Approaching target. Primary weapon ready. Target engaged.
Follower has energy drain, kill the follower immediately. It took so much of my energy that I would rather just keep shooting. So if I fired off my critical enhancer to increase my damage and get through them quicker, it wouldn't really do me a lot of good. Oh, my auto combat fired my shield charger. Oh, and my wingman must have given me energy protection there. There's no way I would have gotten that recovery if he hadn't. It's a shame there's no graphic for it, because then I would know when he did it a lot more often. You're an excellent wingman today, aren't you, buddy?
Target engaged.
Well, it was a wee bit at the end of combat, though, wasn't it? That damage bonus. And hopefully it's still going. Okay, so I have red-eye drugs. I do not have sun warrior. So the 15% bonus damages don't stack. I didn't think they would, but it was still worth doing.
Target engaged.
No, I don't know. Range. Oh, gold case. Awesome. Just gotta get it home.
Auto combat starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location. Target locked on.
I'm not gonna... I've got a funny feeling. Oh, he's got hull damage. Yeah, you're gonna have to make it through this fight, buddy. Oh, blimey.
Auto
Shoot,
combat
yeah.
activated.
I have energy drain. I could have been working on him already. Oh well. That's why I wasn't using my blaster. But then I noticed that my wingman wasn't in top-notch condition. If I'm in good condition after wave 2, I'll do wave 3 on my own. guards have a lot more, they take a lot more damage, so you better to take, you know, there's different kind of combat strategy in here. A bit more of learning what you can. Oh, I've got loads of them here. I'll just use my. How you doing, well? They've not touched you.
Target locked on.
Right. We should be fine for this one, so you can go away and get your armor back, please.
Target locked on.
Send him off for a minute and mysteriously comes back with full armor. Always awkward when you end up flying into something. Dog fighting inside a space station. Where's that cargo box?
Approaching target. Approaching target.
Little shield boost plus shield recharge
Target
plus speed
engaged.
boost. Alright, 30 seconds on the wingman. No enemies in the zone though, so I think
Auto combat starting warp engine.
15 seconds left.
Commencing
We'll
warp.
be able to call him in by the time we need him.
Arrived at target location.
And this one, again, it's a bit of a long wait sometimes.
Starting
If
warp
the enemies
engine.
appear very quickly,
Commencing
sometimes they're like, yeah,
Arrived at target location.
sometimes it's fine to do. If there's like somebody else in the zone and I want to avoid them, then I'll do that event just to make sure that I'm not
Approaching target.
just
Target
because.
locked on. Auto combat activated.
Yeah, this is a nice event now. It takes a little while because you've got to destroy some buildings. I'm not a level where I could just ignore the ads, so personally I kill them. I don't think I'd be able to take 6 of them at once.
Target locked on. Target locked on. Target locked on.
Should be able to get a sip of tea in before having to retarget onto the guards. That was right, that did.
Target locked on. Target locked on. Target locked on.
When it does the auto orbit, the fact that it's go over here, it'll just go over there. It won't reapply the auto orbit. It's not going to turn itself around and go back to orbiting. It's like, well, I started the auto orbit when you targeted onto it, but you told me to go somewhere else.
Approaching
And I accept the
target.
pilot's commands over the computer's commands. Whereas Eve will continuously, if you're using auto orbit, it will continuously reapply. I would like them to change that. I can't say fix, because like, you told it to auto orbit. And then, like, when that enemy spontaneously appeared, it didn't auto orbit.
Target engaged.
So I'd like them to fix that in here. And the other in here. But, you know. Okay, so I can't... Oh, that is this one. And it was the last one in the zone. So, oh, no. We don't want to exit yet, I don't think.
Auto combat starting warp engine.
Restore strength 5. No, we can cope with a few more
Commencing
events.
warp.
As long as we don't die. If I get more gold boxes, I'm happy. If I lose the gold boxes I've got, I won't be happy.
Auto combat
You know,
activated.
of course, that makes sense. Speaking of that, what have I got? Ooh, a couple. 2 ancient gold arrows.
Target locked on.
I don't know what level stuff you get in the gold boxes. Purple tends to be pretty good. You can refine it into tier 2 equipment fairly quickly.
Target locked
So you might even get the odd tier 2 book blueprint in the gold boxes, which would be nice. Maybe, I don't know. I've not had them before, apart from exchange ones. Some that have been like part of events and stuff. Okay, well, since we're at 5, or did that just go up to 6? I didn't see it. Yeah, we're up to 6. Let's see if we can get it knocked back down to 5.
arrived at target location.
Oh, that's the Sanctuary Academy satellite. This one can reveal a rare signal as well.
Target
That would
engaged.
be even nicer, because that's like a bit of a PvP event. Because that event, the Hygara, you get a Hygara cargo container, and when the first player arrives at it, a 90-second countdown starts before the shield drops, and it allows you to access it. And that one's always shared with other players. So this time I got field enhancement, which is actually quite nice. Minus 15% damage received. I don't really need to stick around here anymore. I've been here long enough that I will get those goods.
Commencing war. Arrived at target location.
Summon him at the site. Oh, it's the one with the shields. Utilize thugs. That's a minute and a half timer. Not worth doing.
Starting warp engine.
Did not mean
Commencing
to
war.
switch to tactical gear.
Arrived at target location.
Was that V3? I'm not sure. Oh, this one takes too long as well.
Starting warp engine. Commencing warp.
It's very
Arrived at
doable.
target
They're in 3
location.
separate groups, and like they're all quite far away from you. Ooh. This could be very risky to try. But you know what? I'm going to try it and do it the hard way.
Roger.
I'm pretty sure I should survive. The hope is just that they don't kill my wingman. If they kill my wingman, it'll be a problem.
Auto combat activated. Target locked on.
Oh, they've killed my wingman. It basically makes it my last event.
Primary weapon ready.
Without him to charge my shields. I have no sustain. I thought there was a very good chance they would, but at least it's 2 decent loot boxes.
Target engaged.
And I needed to try this one in this level of wormhole at some point.
Target engaged.
Now I know I'm going to need better gear to take it on. I mean, I did fine. I've got to try and find a way to get them to not kill my wingman. Anyway. You know what? I think we might have... that was... I think that was one of the ones we didn't want to do.
Starting warp engine. Commencing warp.
This combat wingman won't help with my shields.
Arrived at target
But
location.
I might be able to get another event in. Oh, this was the one that I didn't want to do.
Starting warp
Sometimes they
engine.
don't go, or maybe it was a different one, I don't know. Sometimes they don't go in.
Commencing warp.
I think I got him called.
Arrived at target location.
Okay, this appears to be one that's already been done. I don't actually recognize it, but never mind. Okay, now that's the one that I just did, but okay, things have gone a bit weird.
Starting warp engine.
Let's
Commencing
go back.
warp.
I don't want to go to a new zone.
Arrived at target location.
I've got like twice as much shield as I should do, so...
Target locked on.
I've got plenty of time. What? How is he back? Okay, no, it's just got the wrong icon. It is William Wagner.
Auto
Oh
combat
god.
activated.
I'm not fighting. That distracted me. It's got Wo Shang Su's icon. I might just have to leave here because that energy drain is just brutal. Oh god, the engineer's recharging his shields. And I can't even shoot. Yes, I know shield recharge is great. That's why I normally have a wingman doing it for me.
Primary weapon ready.
No, this just isn't gonna work. Not without the right wingman. Let's
Starting
get out of here.
engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
Well, it's nice to be on a tougher level of wormhole, because like the level below this, it just
Target engaged.
blows through really easy. But once I got some better equipment, I should be able to get to the stage of blowing through that one really easy.
Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
So I can finish this tube.
Commencing warp. Arrived at target location. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
I have no problem with my T3 wingman going down because he's in a frigate, so it still only takes basic mod kits to restore him if he gets shot down. It's like very cheap if he dies.
Entered space station.
But now I know not to do that one. Don't aggravate Father Cruz. I'm in that level of wormhole, unless I'm near the end. 6 basic mod kits. These guys got raided. They're going to cost more to repair. which is why the missions don't require, like, they have better ships, but I'm not running them in their top level ships. One big industrial ship for each one, and then the rest are just in reindeers. Could probably get away with most of them being in Skylarks, to be honest. And then I'd have to be a bit more organised with regards to who's in which team. So I think I would need one big industrial, one medium industrial, and then the other two could be small ones. Right, we've got a fair few gold ammo cases. And a buffer one on the end. This is your equivalent of planetary production, having dispatch squads that you send off to do mining for you. Looks like it's an encounter day in a couple of hours. Yes, thanks for the mail and the notification and all the stuff about my squad being under attack, but if I'd gone to rescue them, I probably would have just died. And we're at nearly 2 o'clock. I had like 2.5, 3 hours on my encounter. Well, before I have 4 lots of encounters. So I want to find like a nice level 38 system somewhere to do those in. But not for a couple of hours. And I don't want to do my rep quests until tomorrow so that they count towards my badge. And there's no PvP going on till later. I've got to check Discord, which I killed. So I forgot. Reload XB742. Ugh, and that's why I killed it. Constant ding pop-ups. Even if you set yourself into Do Not Disturb mode, which tells you, oh, tells you it won't give you any notifications, and then does anyway. You see, I can't have Discord on while I'm playing the game. You can't play the game if you do that. Not when it's this active. Let's see. Oh, I've got new something. Just the bot. And a whole bunch of general member chat. And the bot again. So anyway. Yeah, that's right. We're actually gonna have a look in here. So I'm set to do not disturb, which it says will not receive any desktop notifications. Is that it? Are you being picky? You will not receive any desktop notifications, but you're on a mobile and that doesn't count as a desktop, so it doesn't frickin' work. There was settings somewhere else, wasn't there? Nitro app notifications. Get notifications outside. Let's turn off outside notifications. Since I've turned off outside notifications, we'll see if that does it. Just nice quick relocation anyway. And check one more time, because although I paid attention, at the time for 6:45 my time, UK, so game time in this is Universal Standard Time without summertime adjustment, otherwise it's GMT, but we're in British summertime at the moment. So basically I've now got nothing to do in SG until either 6:45 or two and a half hours when I'll have 4 lots of encounters stacked up. That's nice. I don't want to. Well, I've got loads of raid things, but I'll run a raid scan. Sure, why not? Let's have a look at what I could raid. Nothing. No enemies in the area. Move to a new area. Do another raid scan. Try and PvP or kill dispatches. But anyway, I need the loo and some lunch, so I'm gonna log off and then I'll be back on playing eBeckos.